Hi guys, it's Noof
and Bob,
and we're from Better Music, and today we're presenting to you the brand new first Boss Waza Amplifier. 150 watts of absolute fury with some brand new tone capsule technology on board. We're going to take you through all that very shortly. What have these guys tried to do? They have recreated the classic rock tone in this beautiful little bad boy. Okay guys, some of the features this amp is offering is, first of all, I'm going to work across the amp, so we're going to look at the capsules first. Okay, it has a tone capsule option. We're going to be touching more in depth on that very shortly. It is a 4-channel amp. So we've got a clean with 2 voicings on it and an overdrive, second channel with 2 settings on that one as well. You've also got cabinet resonance, and we have like a power scaling. So you can fine tune it for playing in any environment.
Yeah, so playing in like a small apartment, that sort of thing, all the way through to stage level. The 1 watt is a very, very cool feature. I really like that part of it.
Exceptional feature. And later on we're also going to get into something pretty special. There's not just one, there are 2 effects loops and other awesome things on the back of this amp. So we'll get into that very shortly. Okay, one of the really big things about this amplifier is that it is 150 watts, blaring 150 watts, and it is a 4-channel amp as well. Quickly, we're just going to go through a few of the channels. Let's have a listen to the clean one first.
The clean channel really impressed me. Being 150 watts, you've got plenty of headroom, so your clean sound is going to have heaps of projection and heaps of volume, which is kind of cool.
At high volumes.
Yep, exactly right. So.
Okay.
Nice and clean.
Yeah, we'll just jump through to, is there another, we've got another voicing on here as well,
no,
the crunch?
Yeah, got the crunch sound. So channel 2 is the crunch sound. So this is loosely based on the old British sort of sound, that sort of low gain, a little bit of sag in the channel. So depending on your blues, that sort of stuff.
Classic tone.
Yeah, it's kind of based on that, which is kind of cool.
Cool. And then jumping down to the second channel, we've got, well, your 2 leads basically.
Yep. So the lead channels, they are a slightly different voicing too. So lead 1 has this, it's a slightly lower gain version. Even like you'll see on the settings here, the gain's set about the same, but you'll hear it when we go between the 2. Slightly lower gain, so it'll work well as a rhythm channel.
Can you start with lead 1, halfway through, jump to lead 2?
Yeah, sure.
See how seamless that is? Yep.
So big difference in the tone there.
Big difference. Okay, going back to the first 2 voicings on channel 1 of the amplifier. So we've got the clean and we have the crunch. Now they both have their own independent gain and volume controls. Now they do also share the EQ, same EQ, but they are voiced completely differently. I'm going to get Bob to take us through that again. We're going to jump between the 2 voicings. We'll have a quick listen. Another unique feature with the Waza amplifier is its tone capsule technology. We've got the setting over here. At the moment we've got it set to internal. That is Boss's homage to the classic rock sound. And when you switch it to tone capsule A and the other settings, it revoices all 4 channels.
It basically changes the tone to the Waza Brown sound Capsule. So that's a faithful sort of, I guess, recreation or Boss's take on the classic sound of the late 70s, which is still a benchmark today. There are still companies around the world.
Everyone's trying to get that.
Still trying to get that sound, but I think Boss have done really well with this one.
Indeed, and you've also got the Tone Capsule B setting in there. Boss will be bringing out a lot more capsules for other voicings. There is also the Legacy Vi capsule that is available out there. You can drop in there straight away. But let's just have a listen to the internal, and then we'll swap over to Tone Capsule A and have a listen to this awesome brown sound.
So it definitely changes the voicing there. It becomes a little, I'd say it probably comes alive a little bit more under that brown sound, but the internal sound, it's a really sort of, a little bit, I guess probably a bit brighter, I think.
Yep, definitely got a bit more bark.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit more like, that's what we're talking about, that classic sound.
So that's going to suit whatever sort of player you are. Your best bet is, come in sometime and try it out, because it's really cool.
Yep, so that classic brown sound in conjunction with whatever capsule in B setting, you're going to get a plethora of tones at your disposal.
A plethora.
A plethora. Some other cool features on this amplifier is the volume and master controls. They will react like your classic and favourite valve amplifiers. The harder you push them, you'll start to get that real rich valve
the
push.
Overtones.
The overtones, yep, exactly.
We crave.
Also on this side of the amplifier, we have a power control setting. 1 watt, 50 watt, 100 watt, and max.
150 watts.
Yeah, it is an absolute screamer. For this demonstration, we're just going to start on 1 watt first. I'm going to move it through nice and slowly, nice and steady, all the way through to max. The screen might shake a little bit. Things might, your cupboard doors might fly open, but just hang in there, guys. Let's have a listen. Well, that just messed with my hair. So that's the power scaling, guys. Hopefully you could hear that nice and clear through there. So what we were running the Boss Wazacraft amp through is the Boss Wazacraft 4x12 cabinet. It is loaded with G12Ws. What are they? Simply, what Boss have done, they've gone back and had a listen to the classic amps. They've listened to the classic speakers. So the speakers, they're a 20 watt greenback.
That's what they were based on. So that, people, that was the classic sound that they realised that everybody loves that classic greenback sound, and not the 25s, the 20s. The actual 20s.
But in today's modern setting with the modern amplifiers, look, 20s just won't be able to handle it. So what the guys at Boss have done is they've taken the voicing of that kind of speaker and put it into a more modern speaker. Which in turn creates the G12W that is exclusive and custom for the Wazacraft cabinets. Also want to mention there is a 2x12 Wazacraft cabinet with a removable / let's call it convertible back.
Yeah, convertible.
Convertible back to change some of those overtones and resonance. On the back of this brand new Boss amplifier, there's some other great features. Okay, we've got not one, but the 2 effects loops on it. We also have the air feel line out. We have a USB out on it, and we also have the headphone out on it when Inspirato strikes you at 2 o'clock in the morning and you just have to rock it out. I'm going to hand over to Bob. Bob, take us through the the effects loops.
Okay, so cool. They're a series and a pair of series and parallel effects loops. I really like this feature of the amplifier. I only know of one other amplifier that does it, and it's a bit of a behemoth, the other amp that has it. So this is a really cool and really usable feature. I've set up a Boss chorus and a Boss delay here into each separate loop. So the beauty of that is that you can kind of set and forget, because the foot controller, whether you use this or whether you decide to use an ES8 or that sort of thing down the track, you can actually assign separate loops for separate time-based effects. So it's a really, really handy feature to have. So you're not just limited to the the tap dance on the big floorboard. You can really customize your sound and get some really cool
while conserving space.
Yes, while conserving space, which is we're not all playing on massive stages.
Not yet.
I know for one, like I like the foot switch that comes with this other amp I'm talking about is about this long. And the two buttons are right near the end of it, so you've got this massive foot switch, and then whatever other pedals you decide to run, like a drive pedal or a wah pedal, a floor tuner. So you're taking up this much room on the floor, it's just too much. So this is a really cool way of I guess helping to alleviate that.
Yeah.
And as I said, you kind of set and forget with these effects. It's a bit easier to do it that way. So
just also want to point out that foot switch comes with the amplifier.
Yeah, this is the Boss GAFC. So it does all of the channel changing and the effects loop on and off for the amp. Okay. So what I've done is I've got, as I said, the Boss chorus into loop A, and I've got the delay into loop B. So you can just go from a clean sound and add your chorus. You bring it out whenever you want, and then you've got your delay as well. So it's all at your foot. So it's a really, really cool feature to have, rather than having all of these multiple pedals on the floor taking up space. And
that will affect every channel as well. It's not just a clean.
That's right.
They're switchable on all 4 voicings.
That's right. So that is a really cool feature. As a working musician, I really appreciate that. And, the floor space is a really handy thing to have, because you're not guaranteed to play on a big stage every single night. So.
And the air feel.
So the air feel's nice segue. The air feel is basically a line out thing to, so if you're going straight out of the head, it gives you the voicing of like an isolated cab. It'll give you the feel of a live cab as well. So it'll kind of emulate this kind of sound, like the big, airy sort of quad box. Or you can have a blend of both, which is a really cool feature as well. So
definitely. So you got that drier kind of sound.
Yep.
Big, wet, live sound. And then a beautiful blend.
A moist sound.
A moist.
A humid sound.
Humid.
And then, you've also got the cab resonance here as well, which is something we haven't touched on. There's a vintage, modern, and deep on that. Mm-hmm. So the vintage, obviously, it allows for a little bit more sag, a little bit, again, a browner sound, it suits certain players. The modern sound is a bit tighter, a bit more focused, and then you've got the deep sound, which kind of adds a lot more bottom end. It'll really fatten up the bottom end and add a little bit more presence as well, while scooping the mid slightly. So, again, depending on the kind of player you are, that's a to taste sort of thing.
Thanks guys for watching. I hope you liked the demonstration, you liked what you heard. Guys, if you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below and click on the links to come and check out more. Thanks guys. Pretty cool.